This is Mo's coffee, which I got inspiration from, and then this is what I came up with. It was all I did. I added some mixed biscuit crumbs at the top, and that's pretty much it. What do you think? Okay, it can't be, yo, it can't be that bad. It can't be.
Oh, yo, I'm banging them, man.
I really can't keep doing this, man. Welcome back to Sharks' Polaroid with your host, Polaroid. Now, I decided to do something a little different with you guys, since you guys have become more like family to me in this quarantine time. I thought, you know what, let me share a very personal moment with you guys. Let me go through some of my extraordinary moments as a kid, because my whole life has been full of extraordinarities, right? Extraordinary things have happened in my life and my world, and I thought, you know what, let me just go through it with you guys right from the very beginning. When I say right from the very beginning, I mean the very, very beginning. Back when I was born. We even have a voice recording of that moment to share with you guys. Right, let's get this started. Mum, now we're doing the milk. I'm parched. Ever since then, it's just been going up from there. I mean, this right here is me throwing up an L, way before L's were even a thing. Not only that, here I was, chopping up with my uncle. I was like, yo, unks, like, I mean, I'm just getting started, man. Like, how does the world work, you know what I mean? Stuff like that. And when I wouldn't like his answers, of course I had to troll him. And that's been happening ever since. After that, I continued on teaching these guys about animals and about the way the world works. Because you know what, I was already ahead of my game. At one point in time, I was even king of the world. Held by everyone. And it didn't stop there. I realized that not only am I a force of nature, but I'm also a force of nature for the other toddlers. Dads had to lock up their female toddlers away. Because, I mean, look at this guy. Just look at it. That right there is my sister. And she's been tying my shoelaces ever since. And did my toddler extraordinary moments end there? Absolutely not. This was me. I would always be out here, you know, speaking to my boo thing, you know what I mean? Sharkeisha back in the day. Boy, was she was a feisty one.
Sharkeisha, no! Why did you get up?
You know, and every single time I had to, like, kind of, you know, pretend like obviously I wasn't on the phone. But alas, from that moment on, I knew that I was on to bigger and better things, so I decided it was time that I left the country by force, by myself, inside the suitcase. But I was cool. I decided, alas, I would wait for another time to strike and to finally reach the heights that I knew I could reach. And who knew that the extraordinary thing that would happen in my current time now is a bloody virus that's going rampant and spreading across the whole world. Just spreading. And spreading. And spreading. Just, I don't understand it. As a young kid, I was always a fan of history. And one of the things that really intrigued me was the Spanish plague. Around that time when I was looking into all of that stuff came about bird flu, swine flu, you know, catch it in it, kill it. Then, it happened.
Well, in Italy, nearly 800 people have died within the last 24 hours.
First, everyone was like, oh, the coronavirus in China. And people started making jokes of it, like there was talks of World War III happening. And then it just got to a point where it went from China, started spreading across Europe, and then it hit Italy bad. And then everyone was like, this could be worrisome. The death tolls are increasing expeditiously. Every time I'm seeing like 800 more deaths, 400 more deaths, and you know, something so mundane as like the high five isn't even a thing anymore, you know? And the funny thing is that my brother recently reminded me of a video that he took back in 2016. Oh my gosh, 2008.
What the hell? Sharks, you speak to me?
When things had to be different.
Huh? This guy's bugging out. I think this guy's speaking in his sleep.
Turning to the virus is going to come from Wuhan and China. It's going to spread across the earth. The only way to get away from the virus is if...
Huh? Guy, what did he say?
You know what I miss? I miss being on a train or a bus and holding on to railings with my fellow colleagues, my fellow peers. I never knew that I would have to stay at home, which is something I would always wish for. For that to be the only way that I have to go back to work. It's crazy. Anyways, if you don't mind, I'm just gonna go back to reminiscing on the good old days.
Please mind the gap between the train and the platform.
Check!
Coronavirus!
You forgot the my brother bit.
I know, I forgot something.